It's about 10:30 in the morning. Just getting back to an approach trail for a Kearsarge Pass. I spent a couple days in Bishop on a resupply. Got food, fixed some gear. The tips to my trekking poles had wore out, so spent a couple hours in a gear shop with a hacksaw and a vise to get the old tips off, put new ones on. They're very accommodating at the gear shop. And then I went to fix my old shirt that I was wearing because a button had popped off, so bought a little sewing kit for $1 at the dollar store, replaced the button, and then realized that it was actually tearing up here on the shoulders because it's worn so thin. It was the old shirt, so I bought this new shirt at a gear shop. So that's good. And yeah, ate a lot. Created a new video, put that up online. And now I've got, this is a 5-mile uphill climb to the national park boundary. Then I go up and over Kearsarge Pass, which I forget how high it is, 11,000 or something, maybe 10,000, I don't remember. And sorry. Then I've got another several miles, maybe another 3-4 miles, 5 miles of approach trail before I get to the PCT, and then about another 4 miles to the next pass. And yeah, I'm gonna camp below that tonight probably. We'll see. It's already 10:30. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but either way, feels good to be filled up with calories from the town. And I got a heavy pack with lots of food, and we'll just keep on going. Let's go do this. All right, it's about 6:45 in the morning, getting started today. Yesterday I just got back on the trail from resupplying in Bishop, and didn't go a long way. Maybe went about 10 miles and then parked it here at 11,000 feet where I camped last night. So I'm just a mile away from Glen Pass. There's a lot of snow on Glen Pass, especially on the north side, that if you get there too late in the day, it's all slush and you post hole where your foot goes in up to your hip. So that makes it very difficult on a steep slope. So the idea is get there early in the morning when it's still frozen, you can walk on top. So that's what I'm doing. Like I say, about a mile up there to Glen Pass. Make it over that, and then it's 17 miles to Pincho Pass, which I hope to get over this afternoon. It's not supposed to have as much snow, so hopefully I can make it over that and get about 20 miles in today. Yeah, it's another great day though. It's gorgeous out here. Did get some snow yesterday. About 2 o'clock it started snowing. It was just a light snow. Started back, so it snowed, I don't know, maybe an hour, 2 to 3, and then I set up camp a little later. It snowed some more, but most of it just sublimated. It didn't actually melt. And then, yeah, I did have quite a bit of ice on my tent this morning, so it's right around freezing up here. And yeah, let's go have a good day. Glen Pass, let's do it. All right, here I am on top of Glen Pass. I came from down there this morning. Man, it's beautiful up here. Such a great view. Still plenty of snow here on the north side. But yeah, the lake's still frozen down there from overnight. Probably not enough to walk on, but they're frozen over. And yeah, today I'll find my way down there and all the way around, I don't know, somewhere over there in the distance. Too many peaks to know, but it's a good way to start the day. Talk to you later. This stuff is a little treacherous to walk on because it's like all these snow cups. It's about 18 inches to 2 feet deep, each one of those holes. I gotta try to make it across without sliding down off that cliff. So that'll be interesting. All right, I guess this isn't too bad. There's this boot path that's been beaten down. Snow, I don't know. It's about 4 feet deep. Seems to work. Making good time. Not sliding off the edge. Yeah, cool. Very bouncy. Would be one heck of a water slide. goes quite a ways at a fast clip. Well, I made it up here to Pincho Pass. I was way over there a little while ago. So this morning, God, I don't even know which peak it was. We did Glen Pass this morning, Pincho Pass now, but it's just beautiful being up here on top like this. Still a little higher peaks. There's a lot of peaks around me that are over 14,000 feet high in elevation. But this is a good job for today. Now I'll just see about making my way down. Ooh, over there somewhere, those trees, I suppose. There's a couple of hikers. Ooh, down there. They're ahead of me by a little bit. But yeah, may walk for another hour, maybe 2. Getaways down there, find a nice camp spot, and call it a day. This climb up Pincho Pass was fueled by ginger snaps. They worked pretty good. Good morning. All right, getting started this morning. It's about 6:15. Slept really good last night. Yesterday was a pretty big day. Did 2 passes. Glen Pass at 12,100, something like that, and Pincho Pass, which is just shy of 12,000 feet. In between was a beautiful valley for about, I don't know, 15, 16 miles. We had lots of lakes, and it dropped down to about 9,000 feet or so. So climbed up to 12, down to 9, and back up to 12. Finished it off with I did about 2.5 miles after Pincho Pass, and camped at about 11,000 feet. So getting going. I've got about 7 miles to go to the next pass, which is Mather Pass. It's going to have quite a bit of snow on it, but hopefully it'll still be a little bit crunchy by the time I get there. I don't know, it's quite a ways away. And then the next big climb for me will be Muir Pass after that, but it's like it's a long ways away. So I'd say a long ways, 28 miles maybe. So we'll get across this pass today, get as far as I can to try to set myself up for Muir Pass. Again, just with all the snow up there, so much better to hit it early in the morning when it's hard, when it's still frozen and crunchy. So if you hit it in the afternoon, it becomes so slushy and you end up post-holing, which is a lot of hard work and wet. Not fun. Anyway, yeah, so we're back at it today. Again, beautiful. The sun is up in some places, not here yet. I can see it on top of the mountains over there, shining. So, yeah, love the Sierras. Man, they're gorgeous. Gonna hate to see these things go, but enjoying every minute. Catch you later. So I think I mentioned it before, but this section of the Pacific Crest Trail shares 100 miles with the John Muir Trail. So they're both together right here, and what's been very nice about that is that I see now hikers, JMT, John Muir Trail hikers, coming southbound while I'm going northbound, and we can stop and compare, share information about what the trail, upcoming trail is for each of us. So we get really just like live updates of what's going on. That's been super cool, super nice. Just knowing exactly what it's like real time, yeah. And getting to talk to a few new people that aren't PCTers, but yeah, a lot of interesting people. Good times. I gotta say, I'm still astounded by how many calories I eat and the fact that I'm still losing weight. When I'm in town, it's pizza and beer and burgers, ice cream, donuts, cake, anything like that. Regular sodas, no diet stuff. And then when I'm on trail, my suppers are, pack of instant potatoes for a serving of 4, ramen and all kinds of stuff. And then supplemented with candy, so much candy and bars, protein bars, and I'm eating a lot constantly, and I'm still losing weight. It's all I'm doing is walking. I say that, man, these uphills they burn a lot of calories. I know they do, but it's still astounding just how much food is going in me, and I'm still losing weight. Hopefully I'll find an equilibrium here before I waste away. Yeah, food. Catch you later. So I'm just about to the top of Mather's Pass. I got a little ways to go. It's up there. But it's been a challenge getting up these switchbacks. They're supposed to go further to the side over there, but the snow's in the way, and so it's just a scramble to get up this. A lot of areas you can't do anything but just climb straight up this rock, and it's very loose, but the view up here is great. Yep. Scale, but it's a long way down there from this cliff edge. I suppose down there to the water, 700 feet or so. It's quite a ways. Good morning. Yesterday was epic. Views unbelievable, just so amazing, so beautiful. Did about 22 miles, somewhere in between there. Yeah, so pretty good, especially with that big pass. We did Mather Pass yesterday. Not only was it a big climb, the downhill had a lot of big snow fields that were very slippery, slushy, steep. And, well, hang on. That's what I gotta negotiate right now. I gotta figure out how to get across this. I'll try to keep talking. So, yeah, that was challenging. Okay. Yeah, so today we're gonna do Muir Pass. Yesterday I was up at 12,000, came down to about 8,500 or something last night. I climbed back up to 12,000 or thereabouts again. And this Muir Pass is supposed to have a lot of snow as well. So it's going to be a sloggy, slushy traverse. But, you know, along the way, you get beautiful scenery, these big rivers, green forests. Saw a lot of mule deer yesterday. You know, I got a lot of deer at home, but, you know, at least mule deer is a different species instead of just whitetail. And mama grouse and babies. Lots of mosquitoes. Whew. They don't bite as hard as Minnesota mosquitoes, but there are a lot of them. Yeah, let's go have a great day, because it is a great day to be alive. So I'm not one to normally track steps. You know, some people definitely track steps, like every day they want to get in 10,000 or whatever. I just decided to take a look at my phone and see what it's been tracking, and it's between 50,000 and 60,000 steps a day is what I've been doing. So it's quite a bit. I guess that plays back into why I keep losing weight and I can't get enough calories. Yeah, 50 to 60,000. Yeah, it's a bunch. Anyway, it's about 20 miles. Catch you later. Man, these meadows with the streams running through of just snowmelt water are just so beautiful. And yeah, they're nestled in between these big rocky, craggy mountains. Just a neat contrast, the lush, green, soft look and feel of this compared to that. Yeah, super neat, especially here just as the sun is popping over the mountains. All right, back to the trail. One unexpected consequence of the altitude has to do with my coffee. I been drinking these Nescafe instant coffee singles. They're like a little cylinder, like a little plastic pouch of a single serving of coffee. And when you get up to 12,000 feet, the difference in air pressure from the inside to outside of those things make them pop. So fortunately I have them in a Ziploc bag, but now I just got to scoop out Nescafe because those little cylinders, the little packets have all popped. Didn't see that one coming. Might put a pinhole in them next time. But anyway, interesting. So a little bit different hiking on this side of Muir Pass. The trail is under snow, but a lot of this other ground is not. So it's just gonna choose your own adventure and find your way down. I know I gotta stay to the left of that lake. And so yeah, a little different. Still great views out here though, of course. How could it be anything but? Yeah, good stuff. Snow and boulders. Well, I think I'm about out of the snow fields coming down off this pass, the John Muir Pass. It was a good ascent. Met a guy named Inferno Man. On the way up, we hiked a lot of the ascent together. Yeah, super nice guys from Virginia. I think I say everybody's just super nice. Oh well. Regardless, he was super nice. Yeah, retired, just recently retired, and was out here hiking the trail. Inferno Man, he has a very funny story about how he got his trail name. So about 10 years ago, he was going out camping with some buddies, and he was in charge of cooking, and his camp stove, which runs on white gas, was missing a very vital part. So said when he started it up, it was just shooting a rocket flame out of it. So he couldn't use that. So instead they decided he was just going to cook over a wood fire. So he went to start a fire, but wood was wet. So he figured he'd use some of that white gas as a way to kind of as lighter fluid. Bad things happen. And so when he squirted some of the white gas on, of course, it flared up, singed his hand. He threw the can, which got white gas on him. The can went flying. He caught on fire, had to stop, drop, and roll. The fire can, the can white gas that was now on fire, landed on another guy's sleep pad and started burning that. And anyway, so they gave him the name Inferno Man. Seems fitting. Yeah. Nice guy. Super nice guy. Yeah. Bye. All right, good morning. Yesterday was a epic, amazing day. The views, unbelievable, just were better yesterday than any day. I know it's hard to believe, but started the day with a 7-mile hike to Muir Pass, and got up there and ate lunch on top of the Muir Pass, which was beautiful views, very nice. A lot of snow, probably trudged through a couple miles worth of snow, if you count the south side and north side of the pass. Walked around Evolution Lake and just these beautiful, beautiful areas, stunning. Ended up doing about 19 and a half miles or so, which is really good. I mean, honestly, I took a lot of time just taking pictures, taking in the views, being amazed. And so now I'm getting started this morning. We've got about a 7-mile hike to a little turn off to the Muir Trail Ranch, which there's not a lot there, but I'm gonna swing in there, take a look. It's only a mile off the trail. See what their hiker box is like. Might get some stuff out of it. And then shortly after that, about mile 15, is Selden Pass. And so I'll climb that, get on the other side and find a place to camp. Yeah. Again, weather's been beautiful, a little warmer last night than it's been other nights. Didn't need, actually, all my clothing. And yeah, no rain for a month. Hardly any clouds except for that little bit of snow. Anyway, it's very cool. Catch you later. This is a great way to start the day. Decided to cross into that creek. It was only about knee deep. Crossed it where it wasn't quite so many rapids. And then, wow, beautiful view up here at, I don't know, 8,000 feet or so. Yeah, gorgeous. It is amazing to me how the scenery changes so much just within one day. You know, yesterday started by a nice little river, green and lush. Got into the higher elevations where the trees were no longer able to survive, and it was just rock and a little bit of shrub. And then it got into snow, where it was just snow. Then over the top of Muir into more snow, and then boulders the size of Volkswagens had to go over. And then next thing you know, I'm in a forest of ferns that are as tall as I am. And then come out to a lake and see the huge mountains again. Well, still the mountains all the way along, I guess, but still walking along just pristine lakes that are crystal clear. Yeah, it's crazy. Always changing, always giving. It's cool stuff. I should mention that those ferns being as tall as I am means that they're pretty tall, because my mom says I'm tall and I've got long legs. Thanks, Mom. Love you.